Hey everybody, it's the last Robokai here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Prey. I'm just counting down until the episode where I completely beef that intro and say let's play, but I think I got it that time, didn't I?
You
Anyway,
got it that time, but I've already started a betting pool among the Discord
uh,
to see if see which episode it's going to be. Please do it on 5.
aware, aware my failure eventually. We had a pretty amazing first episode. The game spoke for itself incredibly well, and it's gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a whole lot I could have added.
Like as I said, I'm Last Robokai. This is Cool Guy, and we're gonna jump straight in because if you thought the first episode was gonna do your head in, this one's gonna probably just do a little bit more.
Cracks knuckles, leans back, feet up.
I like including the loading screens when they have a little bit of fact or backstory for us. If it's just gameplay
That
stuff, I won't include
that
them.
that Cyclops eye is something else.
You made it. Ready for your first real view of the world?
It's a bit ominous, isn't it?
Hmm. Sure.
Yeah,
Spacescape. Got it. That's fine.
yeah. We're on the Transstar space station Talos I. That's Earth and that's the Moon. That's why they said the Earth Moon sphere when they were talking earlier.
That's a lot of atmosphere that's venting over there. Talk beer.
You need to get to your office. I've updated your map.
Wait, we have an office?
I know you have a lot of questions.
We're just some sort of ridiculous guinea pig. They're just gonna send us through Groundhog Day. What the hell is the point of giving us an office?
Some very interesting things happen, and we'll be piecing together how all of this began and why everything's suddenly starting to go horribly wrong for everybody.
This is totally Rapture in space. We did it with Sky Mormons. We did it with underwater Randians, and now we're doing it with I don't know, space super capitalists.
Foolhardy space scientists.
Yeah.
Attention.
We're going to be exploring Talos One's lobby. Anyway, there is a lot here, and we'll be coming back here a lot. This place is kind of links up everywhere as we slowly open up more of it.
I appreciate that employee orientation is in the hub area. There's
Just
trust no chair, damn it.
trust no chair. It's actually Oh god, we should not trust the medikit either. Or anything else. There's a lot of
Jeez
them.
Louise. There's a fair number of those bastards. They decide to move. They sure come out of the woodwork, don't they?
Oh yeah, they've introduced you to the mimic, so now they're gonna make sure you know that they aren't going to be playing fair one-on-one sneaky coffee cups all the time.
Sneaky coffee cup.
The voting was still ongoing as I recorded this. We will not be using any neuromods.
Oh, wrong notebook.
Wrong notebook. Still
I was
pretty great.
sitting here thinking it's got to be that notebook, and then you hit it. And yeah, that was great. Carry leverage 1. Just seeing leverage 1 or leverage 3 or whatever come up fills me with a childlike glee.
Yes, eventually we will be hoofing things around. Things have already gone fairly wrong outside of here. Psychotronics.
You gotta fix all of those things in there.
Well, if we equip the neuromods for repair. As the voting goes, it's just I'm going to be able to put points into whatever the heck I want. So repair's probably going to be one of the first things I throw lots of points into.
Are you like me in that sense where if you see something broken, it's like a compulsion to fix the damn thing?
It is an extremely reliable neuromod for making sure you can get access to things, do things. It's almost indispensable.
Well, it's good to hear because I played a game like this, and even if it would provide me like absolutely no benefit whatsoever, I have to fix things.
Yeah. Well, our buddy the turret is super handy to have around. There is nothing bad about our old friend turret.
What good is he if he can't tell what a mimic is when it's mimicking something? Like, you would think that at the absolute least it would have some sort of thing to detect actual living cells, but I guess not.
Well, it can when it scans you, but it might be relying on certain factors. It's hard to say. That's Jason Chang. It was really unfortunate he died.
No!
Gonna miss that guy.
I have no idea who that was. You don't either, do you?
Maybe a
The
little.
machine sounds very helpful.
It's a good subtitle.
That is a good subtitle. I always love the closed caption subtitles. They're frequently almost as entertaining as like what's said itself.
During their stay aboard Talos I.
So one of the probably the downsides of Prey, having already beaten it and to play it for everybody else in a non-blind run, is I know what to expect for everything, so I can just sort of save my resources and let the turrets do the hard work. There was a phantom there, and it's
Gone now?
it's gone now. We'll be able to see what they do a bit later, and how they function. Very interesting.
Is that
very interesting room?
plaque? Who is that? Yeah, I was
John
gonna
F.
say
Kennedy.
that's got to be John F. Kennedy, right?
Yeah, passed away about 3 years ago.
At the ripe old age of 100 like 4. What was that? 24? 124. Yeah, that's what it was.
Always nice to get weapon upgrade kits. Let's see. I'm gonna show it off, maybe. Once I remember how to apply them. You drag them over onto stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's the Deus Ex version,
Yeah.
or Deus
So-
Ex 3 to be completely.
And to unlock all the rest of those locked up ones, you have to put points again into neuromods.
Of course.
But it can turn your your weapons into far more potent tools. This is an interesting set of stories. Apparently, some manner of incident happened on Earth, and there is a character who was there when it all went down. The game's not really ever really too clear on what happened.
Culminates with Americans and Soviets working together on a research facility named Kletka.
That does not compute in 1963.
Core emergency systems of what will one day become Talos I.
This is an alternate history where something happened, and America and Russia went, we probably shouldn't be goofing on
Blowing
each
each
other
other
right
up.
now.
Yeah.
This period, known as Project Axiom, leads to many advancements in next-generation materials and bioscience fundamental to neural modification.
You know why JFK lived for so long?
1994. Geopolitical developments result in a temporary hold on Project Axiom. After the
Is this the imminent collapse of the fucking Soviet Union?
Scientists lose their lives. The Kletka facility is decommissioned and cleaned. 2025. The TranStar Board of Directors is established. TranStar purchases and privatizes the Kletka facility with a focus on safety and state-of-the-art upgrades.
That's quite a time skip.
Talos I becomes fully operational, representing a monument of private space industry. The first neuromod is released, allowing for dramatic enhancement to the human mind and body.
This is what Elon Musk wishes he was.
That's just a nice model of the space station.
Oh! Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, so this is where the turrets come in handy. Again, it's like you're saving resources. I don't have anything to that can really offensively damage these things until I get some guns. All I've got is a stun gun, which Typhon are actually resistant to. They don't get stunned nearly as long as, say, a person or a machine would. And the glue gun, might freeze a few, but the others are going to be all, squirming around, being a pain in the backside. So
Particularly when there were frickin' 6 of them, I was not paying that close of attention, and holy freaking hell.
yeah, see, that's why you gotta pay attention. Remember where you kept your safe zones. Set up safe zones if you gotta.
Yeah, no joke. Like an ambush with 6 mimics like that is an actual ambush. Like a lot of games just they'll be like, oh hey, look, I'm ambushing you, but they'll only send like 1 or 2 enemies on it. And it's like this is not how literally anybody would plan an ambush. If you are planning an ambush, you're just like, okay, they're gonna go here, and then we're gonna have enough overwhelming firepower in whatever way that means to just eradicate them before they can think. Shoot gun.
Oh, we have fixed our initial problem, which was that we didn't have anything that could just blast everyone to death. So there you go. This is the computer of the chief of security, Sarah Elazar. She is, when I was talking about the incident that those things talk about. We'll learn later in the episode where she talks about it. She's apparently a survivor. The military forces were sent in to try and evacuate people and get them out, and she was a squad leader, I believe. So somewhat interestingly, there's a lot of problems on Talos I.
Not surprising to be truthful.
There's a bit of a corporate sort of I'd rather hush this up thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh
so, yeah,
Lord, the book of Judges.
Yeah, and of course they wouldn't have a bunch of numbers in bold if they weren't relevant.
Right.
So let's get some new toys. The recycler charge is the first one. All 3 of these are grenades. The way the recycler works is you throw it somewhere, and it turns everything into materials that can be used to build other stuff, and destroys them utterly. So be careful. It's not indiscriminate. It can recycle you as well if you don't have if you don't have a care. The null wave transmitter, if you counter anything that has psychic powers, and boy howdy we will, you can nullify that power as well. And if you get powers yourself and stand in it, yeah, it happens to you too. And obviously, this one needs no explanation. I appreciate the EMP grenade. It's also shaped like a grenade.
For some reason, I always feel like EMP grenades should have blue shells, just because they always depict the EMP blast as blue.
See, here's another thing from Evacuation Day.
Mm-hmm. And a solder had just shrugged.
Not my finest moment, but you'll notice there's a little note on the lamp. Like, you need that to be able to open this cell where they were keeping this one guy who's, like, saw the incident and everything like that.
And you're gonna have to come back for it later, yeah?
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter, because
right.
there will be a lot of things we can revisit later on. We don't have full access to everything here yet. This menu can be so finicky sometimes. Like, the prompts appeared and then they vanished, and I'm like...
Eat the noodles!
Give me the noodles, my friends! There we go, so I can, like... Now I know that G is the number. Sorry, the letter. I'll be able to do that a bit better.
You're just gonna screw around trying to eat your noodles, and all the while suffering like G did.
Yeah, this is just like we'll call this a demonstration of just how absolutely like obnoxious this sort of thing can end up being.
Yeah, the used cigar portion was. I saw you pick those up, and I was like, "Fucking really, dude."
This is all stuff you use as materials to build stuff.
Organic material. Okay, sure, fine. I can get behind that actually.
This is what all that stuff gets turned into. Organic material is what you get when you recycle things like plant matter.
Please reload.
Or not four out of 17. Yeah, there is a Fatal Fortress group. And this is one of the characters. And look, he had a precious ruby, but he doesn't anymore. I assume he sold it. You know, people who start with like a precious item and then immediately go, this incredibly precious item that means a lot to me. I'm going to sell it so I can buy like a +1 sort of stupidity.
Dude, I do that crap all the time if the GM lets me get away with it.
Yeah, and yes, Elias, I believe, is the owner of Captain Stabfellow. He got away with it.
Captain Stabfellow. That's a great... Help! Help!
Yeah, things are not so good. The shuttle bay's just outside and to the right, but we can't open that yet. We don't have general access.
Well, he's probably fucked at this point anyway.
There's Morgan is apparently getting around a bit during his bouts of memory loss, it seems. um,
Do you
and
suffer
just
from
confusing
a
the
bone
absolute
color?
hell out of everybody. So yes, and so now we've got access to security. There is and the game really rewards exploration, and since we don't have any points in hacking, we can't open it either. I'm just going to stumble around for a little bit here, but it gives me a chance to talk about it. Like the security room is a good example of encouraging you to really just try and explore and look up, follow the pipes, and you notice there's a vent you can get in via. Because later on, like just a little bit further on, you'll be able to get access to here, but there's no real sequence to break. You just get yourself a really nice shotgun.
I mean, yeah, you get yourself a really nice shotgun a little bit earlier than they might intend that you did, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. You were gonna get that in 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
Or
mind you,
rather, we were going to force
because
you
the
to.
game thinks I pre-ordered, I didn't. It just gave me the pre-order bonus anyway. I think that's a thing now, where if you get it within the week of release, oh, this is not even remotely suspicious. It's cool.
Oh, this is on like Donkey Kong right now. Blast that. What is? Okay.
No, that was actually the trash can.
That's the
This
mimic.
one's the mimic.
Yup.
And we got the key to Trauma Center, which is good because Trauma Center has a few interesting bits of lore and gear in here. This is where anyone who is injured is sent, but you know everyone's dead, so whatever. I love the little counter that does like a little loading screen when you pull the shotgun out.
I'm still super triggered that you haven't reloaded that weapon.
It's 4 is the maximum amount of shots with this gun.
Dude, you just upgraded it, didn't you? It's 7 now.
Is it? No, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be 7. It would be 5, if anything. No, I don't think I upgraded the
Oh,
disruptor.
okay. You must have.
I
done,
upgraded the
like,
disruptor
powers.
and the goo gun, I think.
Okay.
And you might notice that particular one has a name, Garfield Langley.
So phantoms are like Typhon infested humans then, or something.
Typhon
You
infested
seem
human
frustrated.
remains. So
Whoa,
Garfield's been
that
wounded, so
dude's
he's taken
quick.
off. Yeah, that's another thing phantoms do. Well, he's not going to be our biggest problem though. This thing is. So
Kind of attacks like
this
an
is a phantom
archvile.
that's on fire, and you might notice there are a lot of certain things in this place that might be a slight problem.
A little bit. Fired up.
That was all of them exploding at once and killing me.
Yikes.
And also lighting the explosive fuel I was standing on fire.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show that off. One of the more interesting things about the Fire Phantoms as well, they have a better name than that, is they burst out of glue really quickly because they're on fire.
Oh.
The
That dude's
extra
having a
good,
bad day.
yeah, I was able to sort of give myself a bit of, like, standing close to them is also a bad idea because they set you on fire, and as you can notice, while my health is ticking down, so is my armor.
Right.
But yeah, so that was very close. Like, I am so very close to death.
I would
but
not recommend doing that again.
no, thankfully we won't encounter another one of those for a little while. This is another one of those things that's like you don't necessarily have to encounter it so soon. And don't worry, everybody. The next episode, I upgrade my inventory and this stops happening. Well, stops happening for a little bit.
Honestly, I just sit here hearing the Tetris theme every time you do this.
Yeah. Well, that's something interesting
Okay, so
going
that
on.
guy's in the middle of the infestation process. Got it.
Not exactly. He's...
Okay. So he had a couple of his neuromods taken out, and his brain struggling to handle the loss of.
Well, they're not
capability.
entirely sure because he did a rather foolish thing, and I can't remember if it was on one of the we've read it yet or not. But so I'll just say it now. He stepped into a room with something while not wearing the proper headgear that would protect him from getting mind controlled. As you can see, it says he's mind controlled.
Right.
So they took his neuromods out, perhaps just so he doesn't do any damage, or perhaps in the hope that it might wipe the mind control. But he's not coping.
Oh
So
my
this
gosh.
is that's suit
Always
repair
wear your
kits.
tinfoil hats, everybody.
Yes, always wear your tinfoil hats. Yeah.
Government can't get in and take your baby.
I didn't necessarily have to use my med kits. I always forget, but those stations, you sort of see them around the place. Like that big green thing that was back there. That can deploy an operator. And in here, the operators are medical ones, and so they will heal you back up again. There are also operators that will repair your armor for you, and there are also the science ones, which will repair your psi. We don't have any
Got it.
psi yet because we don't have any abilities.
Breakfast is served in the cafeteria until 9 a.m.
Petri dish sample. Man, you are picking up some weird stuff.
And we're going to turn it all into stuff that we can create stuff with. A lot of biohazard waste. Just lying around, making us squelch as we pick it up.
Just jammed straight up that guy's butthole.
Mm-hmm. Look at it all. Laying everywhere.
Blaz.
Just giant bags of waste everywhere.
It's what they use. That's just what they call the poo bags for all of these weirdos that they have to watch out for. Crispy frites.
Just gonna eat
Okay.
it.
I was gonna say, I hope you can just eat something straight from a corpse. Cause
Yeah.
seriously, eating something straight from a corpse.
Well, it's a sealed bag. It's fine. Or a box. Now, we recall I were talking in the last one about a lot of people having to. He's got moonshine.
Get
Having to
crunk!
go visit a psychiatrist. Sorry. Well, this is him. This is Matthias.
Cole. Okay.
This is the first part of the exchange between Bellamy. R.I.P. Bellamy. Interesting thing to note about when we walked in there as well. So that's the number to get in there.
1063. Got it.
Yeah. It's alright. Like with key codes, where it tells you specifically it's a key code, and you don't have to sort of like infer it's a key code. Like with the I'll finish talking after this.
Yes, it's always in my lab, and I'm standing in front of the glass.
Are you alone?
Yes.
What do you see in the glass?
Nothing. At first, I don't want to turn it on, but I can't help it. I have to turn it on. When I do, it's like the heart of a black hole, an immense darkness. There's something swimming in the black. I catch glimpses, edges of the shape. I feel as though it wants to come through onto my side. I have to turn off the glass before it sees me, but I always wake before I can.
What does it look like? The shape in the glass.
Nothing.
Does it look like this image here? Dr. Calvino, does it look like this?
No, that's... No, I don't...
Are you sure?
Where did you get that drawing? Have you been spying on me?
I'm pretty sure I saw a Rick and Morty episode like this. Only in that one, it was a singing gas bag that wanted to destroy all carbon-based life.
Come in.
It's Sarah, but you can call me Chief Elazar. Matt.
Matthias, please. Forgive me, but your name is Sarai in the file.
We've been over this. My mother Americanized it.
Uh-huh.
Spending the next 59 minutes like this? Because we could cut it short right now.
We've discussed your mother. I thought perhaps today we could speak more about the career choices that were born of that.
Yikes.
Serving in the military wasn't an excuse to get away from her nagging, Matt. I was
You say that, but...
restless.
And you're better now? Not restless?
I'm fine.
Because your last tour of duty was the evacuation, and reports from there...
I saved as many as I could. For every soldier we lost, we were able to save 100 civilians.
Yes. Tragic. Still, to lose soldiers under your command...
The cost was worth it, both in lives and the unification of the region.
Taking on a losing battle like that. Fighting. Not enemy troops, but the equivalent of a natural disaster.
It wasn't natural, it was man-made. It prepared me for here, Dr. Cole. Because this station, it's the same thing, a disaster waiting to happen. We are well trained and poorly equipped. The research is dangerous. Keeping secrets secret is dangerous. I'm sure you would agree.
I'll explain what I was doing once we finish our last audio log.
I mean, it seems to me like you're giving us some decent background here.
Waste of time.
A waste of time. Like back on Earth?
System
That
alert.
was different.
Repairs needed.
Was it?
Please contact
Anger,
a qualified
issues,
engineer.
authority. A year of counseling doesn't sound like a trivial matter.
Those files were supposed to be closed.
Are you angry?
There.
Any new relationships?
No.
I thought you and Miss Foy, the sanitation engineer, were seen together.
The cherry
He's
on
a
top.
sanitation boss, and we're not in a relationship. Not anymore.
Ah. And this separation, did it
System
involve
alert.
anger?
Repairs
Issues
needed.
with
Please
authority?
Screw this.
contact a
I'm
qualified
done.
engineer.
Report me to the U's. I don't care. They're putting the station at risk just like TranStar North and just like on Earthside. You assholes will bury it with your psych-eval bullshit. And another thing.
And another thing.
So what I was doing there was I was showing that there was a door that was locked and it could only be opened by the keycard of a specific person. And you'll notice that there was a bracelet that was Bellamy's sitting on the desk there.
Sure.
That's a tracking bracelet. Everybody wears one. We're wearing one, in fact. And it allows you to, if you go to a place where they work and they're not there and you want to get into where they've been, you can switch that on. You can only do it one person at a time. But you can track their bracelet and go find where they are if they are alive or dead.
So, okay then. Well, screw that guy. And particularly particularly that one thing you had right there said pretty much everybody was dead except the one guy you were looking for.
Because I'd encountered them already. Whenever you
Right.
encounter somebody, it basically crosses it off for you. So this is where Dr. Bellamy used to work before we moved him down to the Neuromod division.
Warm, wet, and noisy. Okay.
So it's all packed up. I don't go into the other one yet, but I will in the next episode, so don't worry about it. If anyone was like, you just walked right past like a well-lit office, no, don't worry, I will go in there. Also, Jason Chang was our secretary.
Really? Our set.
And
OMG
Jason Chang
hot
thought we were
boss.
pretty hot.
Fucking fantastic.
It's the same password whether you're a lady or a man.
I was
by the way.
about to ask that, and that is brilliant.
This is
I love-
0451.
There it is.
They did the thing!
Oh, and look, tells us just as I already look it up. I guess it was, I like there was like a timer for that nonsense. But yeah, and as I was saying, if you know the keypad stuff, it just puts it up right in front of you. So yeah, welcome to your office.
Quite an office. Holy crap.
This has been your home for the last 3 years.
Sure.
Video should be on your workstation.
You want to call this our home? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure we were reliving the same day over and over.
So here is a recycler. It's the recycling grenade, but reliable. You find one of these, you stuff everything inside, you press a button, it spits out all the components. And that just was mostly so I could, get the room to throw everything there. That's the room to our actual where we sleep on the station. We'll visit there in a fair amount of time after this.
Nobody's in a real hurry for this nonsense.
Stuffing junk in.
Get the junk in.
You don't necessarily have to only put junk in if you've got like a duplicate of a weapon, or if I want to like just get rid of the alcohol, then you can just stuff it all in and you'll get stuff out of it too. There's not really anything you can't stuff in there.
You just
except,
want to
like,
be a prohibitionist.
You can't put a body in there, but that's what the recycling charges are for.
There are some limits, damn it. I'm not gonna let
There
you
we go.
stuff a fucking corpse in here.
Yeah, see, you just stuff what you need in the hole, and the rest, and the thing
You even have
makes
shotgun
the
shells,
fabricator.
right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you can Go ahead and
I
make
used up a
another
lot.
wrench if you want. Okay, why not? Methuselah apple.
There we go. We've got ammo fabrication plans because that's basically how you make stuff. You get a fabrication
Right.
plan for it, and from then on in, you just need the ingredients for it. So this is the pre-order locker. I guess that's the only way to put it.
Yikes.
And one of the things there, and this is why I didn't upgrade this shotgun before, is you get the Margrave, which is slightly better. You also get the recycler shielding. See, your suit has little spots for upgrades on it. So now we won't kill ourselves when we use one.
I'm a little bit sad that that's a thing. I was sort of looking forward to seeing
There
you get
is-
reduced to your component parts like Full Metal Alchemist with alchemy
There is an
going
achievement
wrong.
for recycling yourself, if you're so inclined. So yeah, there we go. So I can get rid of that.
What, you didn't
And-
you didn't recycle the damn thing? Sad.
I will. Don't worry, I will.
Okay, great.
Interesting to note, you can take ammo out of most guns, but you saw there wasn't the option there. So if that has like the 4 bullets in it, I guess it doesn't count. I don't know. Like I don't know. That's teleconferencing. We walked past that room before, and yeah,
Got the plan
Jason got us
requested.
the glue gun ammo and stuck in our safe for us. So that's nice. Our password is identical from our apartment too. So yeah,
You
January's
made it.
really happy to see
Yay.
us. This is Mika. Apparently we had a friendship or something, and we don't remember. She's like, "What the fuck?" So apparently there were periods where we were walking around without having our memory rebooted. So let's find out what this is about. Like, there's a special message from January for
I
us.
feel like this is the Monarch thing right here. Put it up on the big screen! Office with a view. That's quite a thing. Quit loading and get done.
Hello,
Okay.
Morgan. Tough day, right? If I'm talking to myself, it must be. Your memory's shot full of holes, I know. I'm sorry, but it's permanent. So the first thing you need to know is you can trust January. It's an operator, a sort of backup of you and me. It knows what you've forgotten. We've been testing a new kind of neuromod based on the Typhon organisms, mapping their neural patterns onto ours. Problem is, when you uninstall a neuromod, it resets your memory back to the moment you first put it in. That's why you forget. There's supposed to be a process that brings you back up to speed between test runs. But someone could just skip that part, turn a single day into your entire life. Well, that's exactly what Alex did. The question is, why? You're not going to like what I have to say next.
Cause he a bitch. Looking glass server. Very clever, Arcane. I got it. I like it. I approve.
I thought I found every one of those damn videos. Sorry, but I can't let you listen to that. Not until I've had a chance to explain everything in person. For now, just... Damn it. I have to go. Just sit tight. Please.
I also appreciated the scripting languages that he was apparently using to bootstrap that crap.
Sorry, Morgan. Alex cut us off from the Looking Glass servers. Time to improvise. I suggest you search Dr. Calvino's workshop in the hardware labs. He invented the Looking Glass technology. You might find a way to restore the server connections there. I'm looking for another way to help you in the meantime. Good luck.
Remember, Dr. Calvino was one of the guys that had to see the psychiatrist.
Yeah, the
wasn't,
psychiatrist.
wasn't
He
dealing with it too well.
was none too happy about it.
Yeah, so I've just reloaded now because the game crashed, unfortunately. Yeah, which
Yeah,
doesn't
it's-
happen very often.
Pretty legit.
Yeah.
Donk, 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 donk.
If you can get away with it, always have someone or something else kill the Typhon for you.
Yeah, seriously, why would you not?
Alright, so fun fact, this is the first time I've ever done this encounter by walking in the front door.
Normally you just sneak around and be all crazy like, huh?
You'll note that like outside there are a whole bunch of light fixtures. I jump across those, then I glue gun a staircase up the wall and come in through the back way, which you don't need a key code for.
That's clever. That is damn clever. I appreciate that. Did you... Damn!
Unfortunately, I was never not spoiled on that one. Because I caught sight of like a gameplay thing for Prey, and that was that part, and I was like, shit, that would have been really fantastic to see.
Insidious.
It is very nice. You actually, like, we were sort of talking about other stuff at the time, but I peeked in and like saw the second pistol there when I looked in.
Yeah, I didn't notice it at all. So, like, Jesus. Okay, that got me.
That mimic is scripted to not do anything until you try to pick it up, at which point it scares the absolute bejesus out of you.
Would have gotten me. It would have gotten me. And I would have never trusted a weapon pickup again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled twice.
See, what I do is I walk across those lights and I come up here with a glue wall.
That's clever. I like that.
It's just me just going, can I do this? Yes.
Okay. And Arcane's just like, yeah, fair cop.
We don't have full access to everywhere. So, but we do have, now we're up here, back entrance to the sales division. And
Did you
again,
just hurt yourself on a cactus?
No.
Okay.
I think that was just grunting from me jumping around.
Alright.
So we've got another phantom flooding around here, Yuri Kimura. The way phantoms work is, for some people, they're formed out of human remains.
Sure.
And I guess the implication is that the ones that are formed out of, like, that have names, that are sort of coming up on our user interface, are ones that have, like, absorbed a part that still had the part attached that, like, tracks them. So when you look at them, your machine kind of thinks it's just, that's
Their
who
bracelet.
it is. Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, there is no way to help those people. It's made out of their dead bodies. So
I certainly wouldn't feel bad about it.
So here's the best way to figure out if a phantom is nearby. They absolutely wreck electrical devices and cause them to flicker. So as you saw there, I could tell he was on the other side of that door because it
The
was
exit
making
sign
the
was
exit
going
sign.
haywire. I was wondering what was going on there.
It's one of the clever ways that it lets you know that phantoms are around, because mimics don't do that. Mimics you have to basically watch and listen for, because they do make a little ambient sound as they run around.
Just drink it straight off the vending machine. I'm cool with that. You literally can pick up Nerf darts.
Yeah, you can literally and there's a very good reason you can pick up Nerf darts.
I am waiting for that reason with bated breath.
Don't worry, you won't have to wait long. The answer is in this room. So yeah, we can't actually leave via that area because we still don't have general access. That was weird. I'm like, why is it doing that? I'm like, oh, it's full. Okay. And yeah, I'm just smashing glass with my feet. Don't worry, folks. The inventory management will stop after this episode. The very first thing I do in the beginning of the next episode, since it seems pretty obvious that everyone's happy to just let me throw neuromods into whatever I want.
Did you just pick up 4 neuromods, by the way?
Yeah, they're in a case. Sometimes
Damn,
you'll get some that are
son.
just in a pack. Yeah. And this is just talking about how when you remove a neuromod, it puts you back to when you were just before you inserted it. And there'll be an explanation exactly why it does that.
You little bastard! Everybody, unbelievable. We're just sitting around having a good time, and this guy had to go and say something rude.
Yeah, see, and that's why we have
You are
a Nerf
kidding
darts,
me.
because we have a Nerf gun.
Oh my god. I don't know whether to groan or be really happy about that.
This thing, like when I talk about the glue gun being an amazing tool, if you are doing a no powers run, this is the thing you have to take.
Annoy coworkers, distract enemies.
And the reason why is this thing has special tips on its darts. And what that allows you to do, and I won't be showing it off yet. I will show it off in the future. I'll try and show off every example of the various weird things you can do if you don't have powers or if you do have powers. The darts actually activate touchscreens.
Oh,
So
that's helpful.
if there's, and you can actually use this now to completely forego going into like you basically just go off on your own through a little bit of an area. Obviously you can't get too far, but like you can get access to some extra bits and things along the way, and you can do that basically by leaning in a window and slapping the. You also asked actually if fall damage was a thing. It is, yeah.
It's totally a thing, huh?
Yeah, but we will get a way to mitigate that. There's also like mods, like I call them mods, but basically the stuff that you can put on that will like on your suit as upgrades that will allow you to do things like hurt enemies if you land on them and things like that.
They literally give you a Goomba stomp. Also, seriously, that was the worst mimic ever. It seemed to be trying to like mimic a piece of art in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's just like, come on, dude.
So we don't have access to ICA security yet, surprisingly. But we do have access to the staff lounge, and boy howdy if that isn't like the single greatest like warning when you walk into a room ever. Everything's just like, oh shit, son.
It's like frickin'. Jeez. It's like frickin' cockroaches heading away from the light. What a bunch of dickheads.
It's a nice touch that the pistol is silenced as well, because essentially stops everyone from freaking the fuck out in the general area, and you can pop the mimics with impunity.
I'm a little bit surprised the mimics don't react to their own being killed too. I suppose it makes sense. It's not really clear on exactly how they sense the world around them, but it doesn't seem like they're like nice. I would have missed that one.
My paranoia is correct so often. It's kind of fantastic. I'm just in love with how like I'm just like, no, I can't handle this.
Like, all right. I'm gonna check this one. Oh, look, that was another thing that was looking to eat me.
This is a mistake too. Don't do this. Don't go through and pick up every bit of food because they don't stack. And so what you do is you end up with a... Food isn't really that helpful. It's nice as a sort of a thing to nibble on as nourishment. Don't fill up your inventory with them.
I thought you were going around to... Oh, hey, there you go. I thought you were going around just to get crap to throw into the recycler.
Yeah, but you get more stacks of the other stuff a lot more frequently than you will with the food.
Are you on your way? On my way where? Octavia, didn't you see the alert? We're supposed to muster. Look.
She's
It's
like,
really sweet that you're worried about me, but we've had alerts before, and I've got 3 more of these glorified vacuum cleaners to fix before my shift is over. Oh, make that 4. Someone dropped off another. God, these things are junk. I don't think this is a drill, Octavia. I'm sending you the code. Please, come to the escape pods right now.
I love how often that happens in the things where someone's just basically like, oh, now I got an extra one somehow. And it's just like, because none of them know there are actually these things running around that could like pretend to be other stuff. So it's just like, yeah, I know how she died.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
Good morning, Talos. Warning. Tampering with administrative controls on workstations...
I'll get into human resources just yet because we aren't swole enough.
If you're having trouble accessing a system, please send a help alert to security.
Really disappointing.
That announcer is already on my nerves.
Well, doesn't have too much to say. So yeah, we've basically run into every single door that can be opened and can't be opened by this point.
Sure.
Like muds and oh well, actually there is one place we haven't visited, so we need to go take care of that.
The restrooms. We haven't been to the restrooms yet, and damn, do we need to take a piss.
And look what's happened. How are we supposed to go to the restrooms?
When you glued it shut. Seriously, what is wrong with you people? Were you born in a barn?
Although I think that was the men's anyway, so it's okay.
No, that was the women's. You're in the men's.
That
right
was the
now.
ladies? Okay. I am so freaking paranoid whenever I go into the toilet, and with good reason.
Yeah. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. This place is living goddamn proof.
It's like, I've got the right intentions, just the, There's a lot of things about the space elevators. Because apparently Earth has a space elevator.
I've been playing West of Loathing, and it's trained me to flush all of the toilets because eventually it gives you points to your muscle.
Because you're just cranking that,
Yeah, you got your toilet flushing arm.
Trust nothing. Although the way this guy died doesn't look like it was,
You say that, but is that a stool next to him? What's a stool doing in...
Okay. Apparently it's just doing what it usually
it's
does.
just a stool. Won't pretend to understand that.
Tried to wipe his face.
Clean yourself up, boy.
It's sad that I instantly knew what I was doing. It's like, it's been a week since I recorded this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I wiped the guy's face with the towel because I'm really, really dumb. I should have picked up more of those flowers. I'll have to do that next time I'm here. I'm just gonna pick old flowers. Because the organic stuff is necessary for making a medikit, and medikits, as you can imagine, are like super important. And my first playthrough of Prey, I really just didn't bother picking the organic matter up, and that was a mistake. I think I made things much more difficult for myself than I really needed to.
I don't know. I am still really disappointed you can't just grab a corpse and throw one in there. Like, seriously, you need organic matter.
It would get jammed in there. Let's be fair. Yeah, let's.
I feel like if we were playing Viscera Cleanup Detail, we'd find a way to make it work.
Stuff the noodles in there as well.
God knows you don't need them damn noodles.
Oh no! I think I just ate them actually, or I reordered things. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know when I'm wiping someone with the towel.
Mineral material. I suppose that's what it reduced your shotgun to.
Mm-hmm. Mineral material is something you'll run out of frequently, which is kind of strange because there are so many materials that you can like recycle. Let's get some more bullets for the gun as well.
Bullet in the gun. I will remain a soldier till the war is won.
Yeah, that's basically it for the lobby for now. We'll be, like I said, we'll be back constantly. This place is gonna be frequented so often, you wouldn't even believe it, and it's gonna be an interesting experience every single time. Because this place is not safe.
Yeah, it keeps updating the hub area. I love that. Like I always feel so bored when I secure one hub area and it's just like, okay, well this is now safe forever.
As a reployer, no one knows what they do.
They're just here taking up
nobody
wall.
Nobody knows what they do. Nobody. When I say nobody, I mean like nobody. Not even the developers know what the hell a reployer is.
Nobody suspects a thing. What it actually does is it provides a way on and off to the station for Octodad. We see Octodad just sort of glooping around here. I am done. I am taking off my headphones and I'm done with this entire Let's Play because it will never top that moment.
Well, sadly, you're in for the long haul then. So that was hardware. That was the lobby. Next time is the hardware labs, and we get to see where a lot of the really cool things are made. That happens in the hardware labs. And did you enjoy the revelation that you're January?
I did appreciate that. It kind of reminded me of the Knights of the Old Republic, the Revan reveal. Just like you keep hearing all this stuff about Revan, and then, no spoilers right now, but there's a theme in
I mean, you've practically spoiled it just by referencing in relation to the response there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's something to look forward to. The hardware labs. It's quite a fun little playground, and it's got so much to explore. And that's for next time, and I hope to see you all there. Until then, I've been the last Robokai.
And I've been Cool Guy, and that was a coin.
And we'll see you all next time in the Hardware Labs.